This is the story of every major British aircraft used during World War II. Fighters, bombers, maritime patrol aircraft, and specialized machines that carried Britain from the dark days of 1940 to victory in 1945. Section 1. Fighters. Defending the skies. Supermarine Spitfire. The Spitfire became the most iconic British aircraft of the war. Designed for speed and maneuverability, it featured an advanced elliptical wing that gave it exceptional handling. During the Battle of Britain, the Spitfire matched German fighters in aerial combat, engaging them directly while other aircraft focused on bombers. The Spitfire evolved continuously throughout the war, receiving stronger engines, heavier armament, and improved high-altitude performance. It served on every front from the skies over Britain to North Africa, Europe, and the Pacific. Hawker Hurricane. While the Spitfire gained fame, the Hurricane carried much of the burden early in the war. Sturdy and easier to repair, it accounted for more enemy aircraft destroyed during the Battle of Britain than any other British fighter. Its robust construction allowed it to absorb damage and return to service quickly. Later in the war, Hurricanes transitioned into ground attack roles, proving adaptable even as newer fighters entered service. Boulton-Paul Defiant. The Defiant was an unconventional design. Instead of forward firing guns, it carried a powered turret mounted behind the cockpit. Early encounters surprised enemy pilots, but once its limitations were understood, the Defiant suffered heavy losses. It was later reassigned to night fighting and training roles, where its shortcomings were less severe. Westland Whirlwind. The Whirlwind was a twin-engine fighter designed for speed and heavy firepower. Armed with 4 cannons, it was deadly against bombers and ground targets. However, engine production issues limited its numbers, and it never reached widespread service. Section 2. Twin-engine and long-range fighters. Bristol Beaufighter. The Beaufighter was a versatile, heavy fighter. Originally developed from a bomber airframe, it carried heavy armament and excelled in night fighting and maritime strike missions. Its range and firepower made it effective against bombers, shipping, and ground targets. It became one of the RAF's most adaptable aircraft of the war. De Havilland Mosquito fighter variants. The Mosquito defied conventional wisdom. Built largely of wood, it was fast, agile, and difficult to intercept. Fighter variants served as night fighters, intruders, and bomber destroyers. Its speed allowed it to operate with minimal defensive armament, relying on performance rather than protection. Section 3. Bombers, taking the war to the enemy. Bristol Blenheim. The Blenheim entered the war as a modern light bomber. Fast for its time, it soon proved vulnerable as enemy fighters improved. Despite heavy losses, it remained in service during the early years due to lack of alternatives. Vickers Wellington. The Wellington became one of the RAF's most important medium bombers. Its geodesic construction gave it remarkable strength and survivability. Wellingtons operated extensively in the early bombing campaigns over Europe and later served in maritime patrol roles. Handley Page Hampton. The Hampton was a narrow, fast medium bomber. Its cramped interior made it difficult for crews, but its speed initially offered protection. As air defenses improved, it was gradually withdrawn from frontline bombing operations. Armstrong Whitworth Whitley. The Whitley was one of the earliest heavy bombers used by the RAF. Though outdated by mid-war standards, it played a vital role during the opening phases of the air war, including early raids over Germany and airborne operations. Section 4. Heavy bombers, the strategic air war. Avro Lancaster. The Lancaster became the backbone of RAF Bomber Command. Capable of carrying heavier bomb loads than any other British aircraft, it was designed for long-range night bombing. Its spacious bomb bay allowed it to carry massive weapons, including the 12000 LB Tallboy and 22000 LB Grand Slam bombs. Lancasters conducted thousands of raids over Germany, targeting industrial centers, infrastructure, and fortified positions. Despite heavy losses, the aircraft proved reliable, adaptable, and devastatingly effective. Handley Page Halifax. The Halifax was one of the RAF's primary heavy bombers alongside the Lancaster. Though initially plagued by performance issues, later variants improved significantly. The Halifax flew thousands of missions and was used for bombing, glider towing, and special operations. While often overshadowed by the Lancaster, it played a critical role throughout the war. Short Stirling. The Stirling was Britain's first four-engine heavy bomber. Designed before the war, it suffered from limitations in ceiling height due to wingspan restrictions. As German air defenses improved, this flaw reduced its effectiveness as a bomber. It was later repurposed for transport, glider towing, and airborne operations, where it proved highly valuable. Section 5. Maritime patrol and anti-submarine warfare. Britain's survival depended on keeping its sea lanes open. Maritime patrol aircraft hunted German U-boats, escorted convoys, and conducted long-range reconnaissance over the Atlantic. Consolidated Catalina. Though American-built, the Catalina served extensively with the RAF. Its long endurance made it ideal for patrol missions. Catalinas played a key role in closing the Atlantic gap, detecting submarines far from land bases. Short Sunderland. The Sunderland was one of the most effective flying boats of the war. Heavily armed and capable of long patrols, it earned a fearsome reputation among German U-boat crews. Its ability to land on open water allowed it to rescue downed airmen and crews. Bristol Beaufort. The Beaufort was a torpedo bomber designed for maritime strike missions. It attacked enemy shipping and ports, often under intense fire. While losses were heavy, its role in coastal and anti-shipping operations was crucial. Bristol Beaufighter Maritime variants. In maritime roles, the Beaufighter became a formidable strike aircraft. Armed with rockets, cannons, and torpedoes, it attacked shipping, submarines, and coastal installations with devastating effect. Section 6. Transport and airborne operations. As Allied strategy evolved, airborne and logistical operations became increasingly important. Transport aircraft moved troops, supplies, and equipment across continents. Douglas Dakota C-47. The Dakota became the RAF's primary transport aircraft. Reliable and versatile, it was used for troop transport, supply drops, and medical evacuation. Dakotas played a vital role in airborne operations, including D-Day and Operation Market Garden. Armstrong Whitworth Albemarle. The Albemarle was designed for transport and glider towing. While not particularly popular with crews, it fulfilled its role in airborne operations and logistical support. Airspeed Horsa Glider. The Horsa was a wooden assault glider. It delivered troops, vehicles, and artillery directly into combat zones during major airborne operations. Silent and precise, it was critical during the invasion of Normandy. Section 7. Reconnaissance and special missions. Intelligence gathering and precision strikes required specialized aircraft. These machines often operated alone, deep over enemy territory. De Havilland Mosquito reconnaissance variants. Reconnaissance Mosquitoes flew fast and unarmed. Their speed and altitude allowed them to evade interception while photographing enemy installations. The intelligence they gathered shaped Allied strategy. Westland Lysander. The Lysander was designed for short takeoff and landing. While vulnerable in combat, it found a unique role in clandestine operations, landing agents behind enemy lines and extracting resistance personnel under cover of darkness. Section 8. Ground attack and close air support. As the war expanded beyond air defense and strategic bombing, the RAF increasingly required aircraft capable of supporting troops on the ground. These machines operated at low altitude, under heavy fire, delivering precision attacks against armor, vehicles, and fortified positions. Hawker Typhoon. The Typhoon began its life as a high-altitude interceptor. Early performance issues nearly ended the program, but engineers discovered the aircraft's true strength at low altitude. Armed with cannons, rockets, and bombs, the Typhoon became one of the most feared ground attack aircraft in Europe. During the Normandy campaign, Typhoons devastated German armor, supply columns, and troop concentrations, shaping the battlefield long before ground forces arrived. Hawker Tempest. The Tempest was a refined evolution of the Typhoon. Faster, more stable, and heavily armed, it excelled at intercepting low-flying threats such as V-1 flying bombs. It also conducted ground attack missions and fighter sweeps deep into enemy territory. Fairey Swordfish. By modern standards, The Swordfish was obsolete even before the war began. Yet it became one of the most successful naval aircraft of the conflict. Slow, stable, and capable of operating from carriers and rough conditions, it carried torpedoes, bombs, and depth charges. Swordfish aircraft crippled major Axis warships and hunted submarines throughout the war, proving that effectiveness did not always require speed. Ferry Barracuda. The Barracuda replaced the Swordfish as a more modern carrier-based torpedo bomber. Though criticized for handling issues, it conducted important strikes against German naval targets and supported fleet operations. Section 9. Experimental and emergency designs. As the war progressed, Britain explored advanced aircraft concepts and emergency solutions to counter new threats. Gloucester Meteor. The Meteor was Britain's first operational jet aircraft. Introduced late in the war, it was primarily used to intercept V-1 flying bombs. While it did not engage enemy fighters in large numbers, it marked Britain's entry into the jet age. The Meteor represented the future of air combat rather than a decisive wartime weapon. Miles M5-2 concept program. Though never completed during the war, the Miles M5-2 program explored supersonic flight concepts. Research from this project influenced post-war aviation development, highlighting Britain's forward-thinking approach to aerospace engineering. Section 10. Training and support aircraft. The RAF relied on a vast network of training and support aircraft. Without them, combat squadrons could not be sustained. De Havilland Tiger Moth. The Tiger Moth trained thousands of pilots. Simple, reliable, and forgiving, it became synonymous with British flight training during the war. Airspeed Oxford. The Oxford served as an advanced trainer. It prepared crews for multi-engine aircraft, navigation, and bombing roles, forming a critical link between basic training and frontline service. Avro Anson. Originally designed as a reconnaissance aircraft, the Anson became a multi-role platform. It was used for training, coastal patrol, and transport duties throughout the war.